Hey everybody, I am super excited. Tonight is the night we are talking with Gloryl Feliciano, and I know that you've been waiting and waiting, and we are so excited to talk to you. As you join us, make sure that you sign in, comment, let us know that you're here, where you're watching from. It helps others so that they see this in their feed, and it also lets us know that you're watching. We want to hear your questions. We want to help you with this topic. It is so vital to your business. And Gloryl and I know this firsthand. We've experienced it. And this is so interesting. I'm so glad I did this poll today. Let me throw it on the screen real quick, and then we'll get to talking to Gloryl. But I asked everybody today, what's up with going live? Like, what's holding you back? And interestingly enough, it's not so much that you don't know how or you don't have the right stuff or even that you don't know what to talk about. It's more that you're nervous to be on camera, that you don't feel confident on camera. And I get it. And so does Gloryl. And I think that she's going to start off chatting about that, because here's the thing is that we can talk until we're blue in the face about the best products and the best apps and, what we did and what we use and how we do it. But we can't give you the confidence or the push to actually do it. And that's the difference. That's what's going to make the change. That's what's going to take you to the next level. And trust me when I say everybody's initial videos are awful.
Oh my God. Yes, definitely.
So, join the club. It's when you just finally realize that you're not the only one. It's not about you, that it's not, as my dad would say, life is not a beauty contest, Michelle. And you just get out there and you just be real and you see the benefits of it. And then you finally realize, okay, I can do this. I can really do this. So let me talk a little bit about Gloryl, and then I'll actually let her talk. Here's how I met her. I, as you probably can guess, like to be in all kinds of private groups, especially if they're free. And one of them is a content creator group. And I'm always asking questions. Again, not a surprise. And my questions are never brief. Okay. They're like pages long. And Gloryl's always the one to answer them because she gets me. She thinks deep like I do, and she digs deep and she researches and she tries things and she takes risks. And I'm like, I love this girl. I need to have her talk to my people because she really knows what she's talking about. And here's the thing. She wasn't born knowing how to do this stuff. She didn't just come on the scene knowing how to do this stuff. She came with a desire. She came with a passion. I'm giving myself goosebumps. Okay. She started her direct sales business in 2019, you guys. It's not like she's been doing this for 20 years. She just started, but she started with the I'm going to do it and I'm going to do it right kind of attitude. So without any further ado, Gloryl Feliciano, tell us your secret. Just tell us about yourself, how you came into sales and how you right away realized that video was where it was at for you.
Oh my God. So I literally, I got invited to this event, right? And so we all get sucked into that, oh, we're gifting a facial and whatnot. And I fell in love with the whole Mary Kay thing. But then once the pandemic hit, it was kind of like, what do I do? Like, I can't go see people. So it's as easy as just using your phone. So we all have Messenger, we all have Instagram, we all have like WhatsApp, you name it, all these apps that we use for video. And so I started reaching out to the people that I knew. I would do facials, just my phone and me, and just guiding them through the process. And so I guess that's where the getting comfortable on camera started to happen, because you see your face and then you have to like, oh, I don't like it. But then at the same time, it's like, but this is what's going, that this is the new thing that we have to do, right? So we were getting on Zoom, we're getting on on video apps, we're getting on Instagram, and so I guess that's where you kind of start getting comfortable. And even if you don't like get comfortable right away, just by messaging on video to someone that you love, that they don't have any judgments. Like my husband always, like he would give me the best compliments, and I'd be like, oh my God, I look crazy, and you're telling me that I look beautiful. Like, what's wrong with you?
Oh, it's so sweet.
So
I love how I love how you said that you just like once the pandemic hit, you just right away went to the fact that, hey, I can connect with people. I've got Instagram, I've got WhatsApp, I got my phone in my hand. I'm just going to talk to them like this. It wasn't that you're like, oh my gosh, I have to pivot. It wasn't even that you were necessarily thinking on that deep of a level. You were just looking at what did you have available.
I think that everybody was in that pivot mindset, that it was just like, well, it is what it is. Like, it wasn't the first thing that I ran to, but it was the thing that you had on hand. You have a phone, you have a laptop, you have Facebook, you have all these things. So most of the people, at least my people, were in Puerto Rico. So I'm kind of having, finding customers or getting in touch with people I know because I want to build this business. And so it's just, it takes a lot. It does take a lot to like break from it and just like do the thing that you need to do in order to grow and in order to, to have your business. But I mean, you have to, at some point you get kind of comfortable, right? Like I can tell you that from 2020 to today, I'm more comfortable on camera than I was in 2020.
And you're better at it. That's how it is.
Because you start to, even though you're fumbling on what to say, and you even like, sometimes it's happened to me. I don't know if it's happened to you, but sometimes I'll be like, did I just say that?
Oh yeah.
Or when you watch the replay, I'm like, I said that. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I'll get text like, did you just say that?
And you just have to roll with it, right? Because you're live, or I mean, I want to say that the best thing to start is you already have Instagram on your phone. So go on stories and just look at yourself, and then you can always delete it, right? Like that's where I would start. I would go on stories, get my face on, and just do something about it. But and just say something. Like it doesn't have to, you don't have to, we overthink so many things that it's just, to a certain point, it's just exhausting. So you don't want to overthink. You just want to be authentic in your own bubble. Let's say it's your own bubble, because I mean, if you don't like it, you just delete it. It's on your phone. No one, I mean, depending on where you share it, people are going to see it. And baby steps would be just start on stories and then go from there. Maybe send a video message to a friend, like, hey, hi, how you doing? Hope you're doing fine. Don't we FaceTime all the time? We FaceTime with our family members. I mean, I FaceTime with my brother all the time.
Yeah. That's why young people are so good at this, because they live with doing that. My kids,
I mean, it's the new normal.
Constantly. Yeah. Here's the thing, for someone my age to learn how to take a selfie is like torture, whereas, my kids have taken 10,000 selfies, so it's like no big deal to them.
You scroll through my phone and that's all you're going to see.
So it's the difference in, so to a degree, it can have to do with an age gap or whatever. But again, you got to make that decision then. Are you going to let that hold you back? Or are you going to say, they can do it, I can do it? Now, I am seeing in the comments, somebody said, whoops, what happened? So like, I'm hoping that you can see us and hear us. Let us know. Somebody let us know if something bad is going on technically, because it would be my bad, I'm sure. Be my fault.
It would probably be me. There was a glitch.
I don't think so.
My mom was calling me, so she's gonna have to wait.
Right, Mom, I'm on TV. So let me say this, Gloryl.
Mhm.
What's the worst thing that's ever happened to you when you've gone live? Like, has something really horrible happened? Like your worst fear come true? Like, people are worried, they're scared, they're nervous. So what exactly, I'm wondering, I want to get in their brain, like, what are they afraid of? And has that happened to you? Has it happened to me? I'm wondering, I'm thinking, I'm asking myself too.
I mean, memorable that I could remember. Someone hopped on my live and started like sending hearts, and someone I didn't know, like not a follower.
Okay.
It was random, and I mean, I freaked out, but at the same time, it was like, well, it is what it is. Like, I'm already in it. Like, I was already talking about the topic, and I wasn't gonna stop because some rando just decided to uh, started like
Yeah.
emojing my live.
Oh my
Um,
gosh.
let me
That's weird.
see. Oh, another thing happened a few months back. So I didn't put my phone in do not disturb, and so someone was calling me, and it glitched my live. Like I had to archive it because it was
Mm,
unaudible for like half of the thing.
right. And that's
So
the thing too. I think people forget that if it's awful, get rid of it. When you're done, you can delete it. Like it doesn't have to be there
you
forever.
have two options. You can either post it and archive it later because it's not what you wanted it to be, right? And then the other thing is that you can always just hit that X after it ends. You
Hmm.
X out and you don't post it. That's
Yep.
that's the easiest way out. So it's up to you. You're the one going live on your phone, so you decide what you want it to be.
Hmm. And the funny thing is that typically when you go live, nobody's watching.
That's the best
Like
part.
if you're lucky.
I love it when no one shows up because I go
Yeah.
straight to the point. I
Yep.
go to the topic that I'm talking about. I hit my points, boom, 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 give you the recommendations or the call to action,
Hmm.
and then I'm out.
That's right. So
And you're
you're
like,
talking, nobody's
perfect.
watching. If it's horrible, you delete it. You know what I mean? It's like, it's as easy as that. And
Mhm.
while I'm thinking of it, there is a way to practice going live where nobody can actually see it. And that's
Yes.
only on your Facebook personal profile. I've talked about this in the past, but your personal
No. I'm
no.
gonna tell you that Instagram has a practice feature.
Oh,
You
awesome.
can
All right, go tell us.
when you go into the live, and I wish I would have shared my screen. When you go into the Instagram, and let me go to the phone to the tablet.
Okay.
Maybe I can find exactly what it is. So you go to oh okay, I can't show you here. Anyways, so you
Happens
go
all the
to
time.
when you go to hit the live, there's an audience, like it's like an eye icon. And
Mhm.
so you can decide who, if you want it to be public or private. And so you can switch to private and just
Perfect.
practice.
Perfect.
Just
Eh,
practice and just do what you
mhm.
do. It does the prompts. So what it does is it gives you like the prompts of what it's going to happen when you do go live. So
Nice.
you'll see that that'll like a bubble that says we're telling people that you are going live, but you're actually not. You're like in practice mode.
Mhm.
Um, and so you kind of get the hang of like if you want to try to have like a background or you're gonna do picture in picture, like you're gonna show like a slideshow or a
Mhm.
picture, you
Mhm.
can use all the features without actually being in vivo. So
That's awesome.
you won't be live, and it
Mhm.
archives it like if it was, but it's actually not. You X out and that's it.
That's so
So
cool.
it gives you that
Very
feel of
awesome. Mhm. I
it
think we
gives you that
need that
feel
because
of
even no matter how much experience you've got, you need to test your lighting and your mic and see, does my background look okay? Am I too close to the camera? All that stuff. So you know, that's great. And also it gives you a chance to watch and realize I look pretty good. And here's the thing, buy a ring light. It makes you look better.
Oh, that I mean,
So let's, before we move on, I'm going to let Gloryl. So why don't you talk to us and show us some of your equipment? Like what would you say are some really important things to have so that you look gorgeous and you sound good and that kind of stuff?
so first of all, you're gonna do your makeup. You have Mary Kay products on you, so you might as well use them all and get comfortable putting on your makeup. Maybe use a really a matte foundation. Cover up your under eye circles. Like you just wow yourself. Like you do a makeup like if you were going out on date night. After that, you want to have your phone. So you want to have your phone. You want to have your apps are going to be, I mean, I have Instagram, Facebook. I see like they're asking if I prefer Facebook Live, Streamyard, or Zoom. I would say Facebook Live. Like keep it simple. Just go live on the app. It solves you so many other issues that you might have. So you want to put your phone in do not disturb, because then you'll glitch and then it'll be hell and back, because then you won't be able to use that video. And that is sad. Yeah. When I had to archive that video, I was like, damn it, I was already
I feel ya.
I was already tapped in, like, oh, it infuriated me because I was already in the process. So I had to redo that video like days after because I didn't have time to go back in and do the video. So I mean, there's spectacular tools. StreamYard is a great tool. I think there's a free option. It doesn't have that much features, but you can at least, you know, go live and use it on YouTube or go into your Facebook group or your Facebook page. Zoom, I don't have the capability of using Zoom. So Zoom is kind of like that call. Maybe you have like multiple people on a call. It might work. But if you're just going plain live, you want to talk about, there's a topic in your heart that you want to, you know, that you want to work or that you want to talk about or something that you want to show, and just go into your phone, hit that live and just go. Like do your talking points. At least have some talking points. I saw someone said that they fear that they might be too boring. If you create a simple outline of what you're going to be talking about, and just hit those main points, I think you'll be okay. It kind of doesn't distract you from losing, like paying attention to who's on and who's not. It's funny that like at first I would look and see who would hop on. And it's distracting. It would give me anxiety. It would give me anxiety. Like, I don't want nobody to pop on. I don't know. Like, and it gets to a point where you get kind of comfortable to the fact that people might show up because they're in the app and it tells them. And since, like, let's say Instagram, the circles on the top, it'll let your followers know that you're live. So it'll hit you to the beginning of the row. But sometimes I get anxiety because I don't want questions. I don't want nobody, like, I don't want some random dude like putting emojis,
giving you hearts. Just tell him you can't see without your glasses. That's what I always say. No.
Like, get away.
That's funny.
So you just want to keep it simple. So you wanted me to show techie stuff, right? So So I'll usually have, let me see, this tripod extends and it's super cheap. It's from Amazon. So right now I have it kind of small, but you can put it anywhere. And so it comes up to like, I want to say it's like almost 6 feet, but I'm small. So, I mean, it works for me. So you want to set your phone kind of like higher than you in an angle so it makes you look flattering. So you'll see that your face is going to be like the first thing that people see. And so your body's going to look smaller if that's something, you know, that you get worried about people looking at. The other thing that I have is like, this one is smaller. So this one's kind of like a desk tripod. And so this is smaller. It kind of shrinks. This one I like because it has like the option to put in my microphone. So this is a BOYA MM1 microphone. And so I just have an adapter for the phone because this doesn't fit my iPhone. So I have the adapter. So once I put my phone here, I can go live from wherever. So I'll just put my phone, let's take my dummy phone. I'll put my phone here and then I'll just connect it and then it'll be ready to go.
So that's connecting your microphone to your phone.
So this connect my microphone to my phone, correct?
Wow.
And
all
so
right.
you don't need this one. I like this one because it'll catch, like, obviously this is the dead cat, but it's a simple shotgun microphone. And
Nice.
so it's easy because, like, if you're doing, like, let's say you want to film in your kitchen or anywhere, you just place it and you don't need a microphone on you.
Mm-hmm.
I do have a lavalier mic. This is like $14 and this has like a long cable. So sometimes I will use this one.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm on the laptop, I'll use this one just because I know I'm tethered to the laptop, but it's better sound than the phone. Although if you're not like super at a distance, you can use your phone. Like if you're doing a makeup tutorial and you have your phone in your face, you might get away without using a microphone. So don't think that you need like all this stuff. Like I just got it because I was curious and I wanted to see if there was a difference. And obviously this was $14. This was like $30. So this was a little more expensive, but it's good for when I don't want to have the tethering of the lavalier mic. And so you can take it anywhere. So usually like if I'm in the kitchen because I want to change or swap my surroundings, I'll take this whole thing. But if I'm doing a live, I'll use my ring light. And this is the Neewer ring light. And so it has to place the phone. It has also like to put the mic right there because it's in a tripod. Like it's the shoe. What's it called? The cold shoe.
I don't know. I don't have a thingamajig for my microphone on my ring light.
Anyways,
That's awesome.
that's an adapter. So you can always get adapters on Amazon and they're not that expensive and you can plug in your microphone.
We're going to have all the brand names and the specific products and links. Okay. Links. We'll get that in the description of the video. So we'll definitely come back with that. So what I want everybody to hear is that you can start with just your phone. Your phone has an adequate audio, visual, lighting, everything ready to go. You push a button.
And basically, if you don't have a ring light, you can use like just plain old window light coming from the outside. It's beautiful lighting. If you give me the chance to choose, I'd rather be like using like the bright sun through the window because it's beautiful light. At least like if you have shears, I have shears and I have a window and I've like my window is my window. Like there's nothing in front of it except for the ring light or the tripod, just because I know I can put my phone up there and just take the best videos ever are with natural light.
Awesome. That's great. Yeah, I just used a bunch of lamps. Like when I started, I had like I had table lamps and standing lamps just because I just knew I needed a lot of light. And so I had probably 5 lamps. And when I look at those videos, it was really pretty soft light and it was kind of surrounded me, just the same concept as a ring light. So you can be creative. You just understand the concept that you need to be heard and you need to be, seen. And the more light that is on you, you're going to look more flattering because you're going to get rid of shadow. And here's the thing too, is that don't feel like it's being vain to want to look really, really good on camera, because people enjoy looking at pretty things. Okay. So in other words, when
are visual,
and they don't want to look at a glitchy, shadowy, dark, where they have to strain to see, nobody wants that. So it's not you saying, oh, I'm all that, I've got a ring light and I've got all this stuff. It's more like you're doing your job by presenting it as, as to the best degree that you can, you know what I mean? And so don't let that. It's so funny how we can let little silly thoughts get in there and hold us back. Like, oh, that's silly, or don't waste money on that. You can't do that. You're not smart enough. You're not pretty enough. That's vain. That's shallow, all that stuff. You know what? This is a business. And if you want to expand online, if you want to have a presence online, there's no better way to do it than live video. And it used to be that Facebook Live was your only option. But now every social media platform has a way to go live. So if TikTok is your thing, go for it. If Instagram is your thing, go for it. It doesn't have to be Facebook. YouTube, you can go live on YouTube, and that gets great results as well. The thing about live is that it's raw and it's real. And the benefit for you as the producer is you don't have to edit it. When you do video, oh my God.
That is the best part. That is the best part for sure, because editing can consume some time. So if you just go live and people are, they can watch it, they can decide not to watch it, and it's okay.
It is what it is. It's the perfect example of it is what it is, and and people understand that. You don't have a redo for a conversation with your girlfriend. You know what I mean? It's like you sit down, you talk, it's real, it's raw, it's honest, and then you move on and there's memories of it or whatever. But, you don't practice it and you don't script it and all that. And that's what live is supposed to be. It's a connection with your audience that is supposed to feel very, very real. And that's what starts the relationship. And so I'm seeing all kinds of stuff that I keep seeing questions that I want to answer. But I think that the biggest thing is that the more you are you, the more people will respond to that. If you are somewhat quiet and simple or whatever, that's fine. But you have to.
I was going to say there's an audience for that too. Like, because you see all these different personalities, right? And you think you need to be bubbly or a certain type of way, and you just need to be you, because I'm never going to be like Michelle. Like, I see Michelle's videos and I get intimidated, but it's you just being you, right? Like, right.
Well, and before I went live or did my videos, there wasn't really anybody being like me, like I'm very frank, and I, make mistakes, and, mostly the people that I saw that were my mentors or the people that I was patterning myself after were, to me, perfection. They spoke really eloquently, and they were, really beautiful and well put together, and it seemed really scripted, and nobody ever said anything negative. And I'm just like, shoot, I don't know how to do that. So I just had to become my own way, and then who knew that other people would look at my stuff and think, wow, that's so good. I never would have dreamed. But honestly, go to YouTube and start really paying attention to the videos that float through. And I'll see somebody who, like the background's kind of grainy and they're very simple, and, the background is plain and they're talking kind of quietly, but they're talking about a topic that they're really passionate about, that has a really niched audience, and they'll have like 500,000 subscribers or something like that. And I'm like, what? It happens. It happens all the time.
And the
You have to know
views,
who you are and who you're talking to, you know, and that's the thing. But that's a whole other topic. Oh well. But so let's say somebody is like just saying, okay, I'm willing to go live tomorrow. Like I'll do it. What do I need to know? Bare bones. Like give me a do this, you know, what should I do? Like how would you spell it out? Like, do you think they should just go to their Facebook business page and click go live on their phone? Or you know, is there a certain thing that you like your go-to?
I'm going to be honest, I still get anxiety when I'm going to touch that button.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll do something fun, like I'll dance it off before I even hit that button. But I will do, okay, so first thing you should do is if you feel that you don't have a topic or you don't know what you're going to be talking about, create some bullet points of what you want to talk about. Let's say you want to talk about skincare, or you want to talk about retinol, or there's a topic that's been on your mind and you want to put it out there. So you create a simple outline. Doesn't have to be too crazy. You want to start with a hook or a pain point. So you might want to create that first intro to the video, kind of like a question or some sort of curiosity.
Okay, give us an example of a pain point. I'm putting you on the spot.
Are you suffering from, are you, let me see. The other day I went live saying, are you tired of looking sick and tired of your under eye circles? So talk about under eye circles and just
So their pain point is they don't want to look sick and tired anymore. So you're asking them, you know, are you sick and tired of looking sick and tired? And they're like, yes, I am. That's me. So you hooked them, you know, right off the bat, you like hooked them.
Exactly. Because you have what, three seconds, is it? I don't know if it's changed. If it's shorter than that, probably.
It's not.
But you want to be able to hook that person so they keep watching. So you want to give them value, but you want to hook, at least that hook is going to lure them in, and then they'll continue to watch because you're giving them something that they might be interested in. And you won't know, right? You won't know until the end. But at least if you are already if you're already putting out content, which probably you are, then just figuring out what your audience wants or needs, or even do like polls and just figure out what they want to hear.
That's a really good way to do it.
And then just figuring out, like, let's say I start with the under eye circles and that's going to be my topic. Then I find 4 things and maybe do like a pro tip at the end and make it 5 tips to minimize the under eye circles. So now you already have a few things that you can talk about, that you can demo. You can even use the products and create some curiosity on it, and not be like, oh, this is Mary Kay. No, it can be something else, but you're just telling them, hey, just put it this way or do this. And so doing those little things are kind of what makes you. And the way you teach it is the way you are, whatever you're going to attract, right? So not everybody likes the same. Like everybody has a different way of teaching or a different way of saying things. So they're going to attract different types of people. So who knows if those are your people?
Yep. And I think too,
and like you were saying that YouTube channel that is simple, and you know, like it attracts the different kinds of people. So
I think that you know, use topics that you're really familiar with, that you're good at, that you're passionate about. That's going to show through. Ask your audience, what do they want to hear about? You know, I just had somebody today send me a message saying, hey, I don't know if you've thought about this, but I sure hope you're going to talk about this. And I'm like, thanks for the suggestion. I definitely will do that. And then they're excited because you're taking their suggestion. So they're going to tell their friends, you know, to watch. So, you know, that's all great. But also, it doesn't have to be a 20-minute video. It can be
Oh,
you
yeah.
popping on saying, hey, it's Michelle and I just got my order in, I just wanted to talk about whatever. And, this has this amazing new ingredient. And I just found out that the reason it's so amazing is because it does this and nothing else on the market has ever done that. So if you've got, this discoloration like I have, and you've tried XYZ and you've never been able to get rid of it, this is going to do the job, done. Peace out. It doesn't have to be
about
long.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. And
just showing, being authentic, like just being yourself kind of gets you wherever you want to go.
Keep a notebook. And as you hear yourself get excited about something, write that down. Like just today I was using a product and I thought, shoot, like that really works. Like that is really something that is visual. Like you need to show people that works. And I thought I got to do a TikTok on that. So, I had to write that down because I can only remember things for about 2 minutes. So have like a running list of ideas. And, as you get better at this, there are lots of other tricks. I mean, you can start to look at, what are people Googling? What are they searching for on YouTube? There are actual strategies to find out what to talk about. But in the early days, just talk about what you're passionate about. Why are you doing what you do? What do you know? What makes you an expert in your field? And yes, don't you dare say you don't know anything or you're not an expert or whatever, because something propelled you to do what you're doing. Some kind of passion, some kind of desire, a need was met, a question was answered. Whatever that was made you want to sign on the dotted line and start a business. So there's something in there that you can talk about, right?
For sure.
There's something in there you can talk about. So, all right, I think we need to look at questions too. But what were you going to say?
I was going to say that, well, remember, the other thing I was going to say was that if you're going to go live, don't wait for people to hop on. And we talked about this earlier, like not everybody's going to show up. Not everybody's going to leave what they're doing on the app to go and watch your live. So to the point, you want to talk to the people who are going to watch the replay. So you want to keep them engaged. So don't think that you're talking. I saw a comment earlier that like they're awkward to talk to themselves. Talk like you're talking to your best friend. Like just talk like if you were having a conversation with someone, it's just obviously it's going to be one way because the camera can't talk back to you. But talk to the camera like you were talking to your best friend. And so you'll show up more authentic and you'll be more natural. And so that's kind of like the girlfriend. Think of it as talking to a girlfriend. And so those are going to be really good tips to show up on camera. And
I had to have everybody out of the house. Like if anybody was in the house, I couldn't do it because I knew they could hear me. And I just felt like they were going to be judging me or making fun of me or whatever. So I'd have everybody out of the house. And, I just had to do it over and over because I knew that you can either talk and sound like a weirdo or you can talk and sound like yourself. And there's a big difference. And so I kept doing it until I could tell that I was using my normal voice as if I were really talking to a person. And now I really talk like that. Like, it's almost like I've lost my mind. It's like I really think I'm talking to somebody.
It's totally like it's supposed to be, right? You're supposed to be, you have to feel that you're talking to a friend. And so you're going to feel more natural. I literally, my husband will walk out the door and I'll be doing videos just because I can tell him that I'm going to go live or that I'm going to do something. But sometimes it feels awkward for me. So if he's out the house, I'm cracking videos, like video after video after video. If I'm doing live, I'll tell him like, hey, like he knows Tuesdays is the day that I go live on my Facebook group or on my Instagram. So I'll be like, I'm going live, bye. And I'll close my door. I know
that helps too.
Me.
Having like a specific day and time, because then it kind of pushes you, you said you're going to go live every Thursday at 7, so you got to do it, cuz I don't always feel like doing it. I don't necessarily feel
Oh,
like, putting my face in front of everybody and getting all enthused about stuff. Maybe 5 minutes ago I had a fight with my husband, or the cat puked, or whatever, but you got,
I
sometimes
agree.
you got to do what you got to do. It's just how it is. And
It's
if you've
kind
already
of it's
said,
kind of the it's kind of that accountability factor. Like I
mhm,
know that I told my people that I go live
mhm,
Tuesdays at 7. So Tuesdays at 7, that camera is popping. Like
that's
I'm
right.
hitting that live button,
That's right. Yep. So
even if I
Courtney
don't have
asked,
anything to say.
yep, Courtney mentioned, and I hear what you're saying. She said, some people will go live and it's like a party atmosphere. They're even like drinking or smoking, and there's music, and like people like watch because it's fun, and they'll get like a huge viewership and stuff. And she's like, but she represents a brand, Mary Kay. Most of us are in Mary Kay, not all of us. So just so we're clear, not everybody that's watching is in Mary Kay necessarily, but most of us are in direct sales. And so we represent a brand and we represent ourselves. And so the way that I think of it is, if you're going to mention the brand, then you do have to be careful of your brand's legal, documents or whatever. Like
Oh,
there are actual uh tenets or whatever. There are lists of things that you can and cannot do if you are using their name. But if you're not
mhm,
using their name, if you're just coming on as you, a beauty expert, you've got a little more leeway. But you also have to remember that once something is on social media, it's there forever, in a sense, so you really need to be careful with your language and the image that you portray. So some people, the audience that they want to reach, they on purpose want to have an audience of people that smoke and drink and party. That's who they're selling to. That's not who I'm selling to. So that's not how
mhm,
I'm going to approach it. So you have to ask yourself, who am I talking to? How do I want to represent myself, my company, my product? And come from it, from that perspective. I don't think about it like I'm limited by that. I think about it like, who do I want to be online? What presence do I want to create? It's up to me, you know. So
mhm,
you dictate that, you determine that. So do you
sure.
have any thoughts on that, Gloryl?
I do. I feel the same way. Like if I am going to do a live, I'm gonna portray like my authentic self. And so I wouldn't do those things. And I see a question from Courtney saying that, what do I do in my lives? I usually go and teach someone how to use a product, or how to help them look better. Like, so I'll address something that might be on their mind. So like I said earlier, like the under eye circles, I gave a few tips on how to cover them, with what to cover them, um, and then kind of give them some, some real life tips of what to do. Um, I've also gone live talking about new products that have come out and doing some kind of demo. I've done my makeup on lives, and just teaching women how to apply their makeup or how to achieve a certain look. So I'll find, like, I'll go in my Facebook group and I'll ask, like, I'll give a few options of makeup looks, and I'll say, hey, so I want to create this makeup look for you. Which one would you want me to create? And so I'll do like a poll on pictures, and they'll respond. And so I'll take the time to go live on the days that I normally go live, and I'll do that makeup look for them. And so I'll tell them what I'm using, how I'm applying it, and I'll show them, like, I'll literally show them, this is how we do. I'll usually like do one eye first, and then I'll do, hey, so I created this makeup look, you want to see it? And I also do that on my YouTube channel. Um, and so kind of, we have all these things, right? I don't know if you're a Mary Kay, but at least I am. And so I'll use the products. I'm trying to branch out to using other things and do more like a beauty channel instead of just Mary Kay. But most of the stuff that I use is Mary Kay. So I'll showcase, you know, what I have or the look that, you know, like if it's holidays, like if you go to my channel right now, I think there's holiday makeup looks that I created, which
They're
I haven't
beautiful.
done new ones. I haven't done new ones. So, but yeah, I have to go back in, and we're getting ready for Valentine's, and maybe do like a date night look and things like that. So, I mean, you can talk about what you feel passionate about. And so like if your thing is skincare, then just talk about skincare. Maybe I'm thinking about the skin cycling class. So maybe doing like a series of like doing the different days. And so I'll pop in my bathroom and just put my phone on the mirror and just go at it. Don't overthink it, because if you overthink it, you're going to get paralyzed and you're not going to do anything. Like people love being, and that's the good thing about what we're talking about, the being raw on live, because you can talk about anything. And I mean, if people don't want to know what you're talking about, they'll drop off and you'll be doing your thing. So you keep showing up for the people that show up for you. And so I think that's my 2 cents right there, because you show up for your people, and you show up for the people that want to listen to you and to follow your lead. If not, then they can just drop off.
And also some other thoughts. Watch what other people do that are in your field. Okay. You can do exactly what they just did. All right. So let's say you're in my field, you watch me talk, go 5 days in a row about skin cycling, or 4 days or whatever it was. You can turn right around and do exactly the same thing on your channel. There's no law against it. I'm not going to, it doesn't bother me, because you've got your audience and I've got my audience. So,
and your
that's
vibe
fine.
is different than mine. So yeah.
Yep. And I think, we've got like a plagiarism fear sometimes too. Like, I don't want to repeat, or I don't want to copy, but as long as you're not taking, copyrighted material and selling it or something, you can take an idea and put your own spin on it and go for it. Totally do that. That's what we do. That's like what we do. So definitely do that. Some other things to keep in mind is that don't underestimate the power of telling a good story. That sometimes, you might know what you want to talk about. Like, okay, I ultimately want to talk about retinol. But my story is that one time I tried retinol, and I actually disregarded the instructions, and I did, this, and I ended up with, I had this terrible thing happen or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, you've got a story to tell. People love stories. And so, that helps you, because you can just speak from your heart. You know what happened, and you're just telling what happened. And half the time my stories are barely relevant, but I just pull something out of the air. I want to answer a couple of other questions.
But I have been hearing like content creators that are going towards storytelling, and I am not the best at storytelling for nothing. So I need to get on that program.
I've heard people say like you can, take a course on it and stuff. I'm like, really? Like, I think just about anybody can tell a story. Think about like when you're relaying to your friend over the phone, like what just happened to you at Starbucks or something. Like, that's a story. But we'll chat later.
Yeah. I think maybe I just need to tweak some things. Maybe like, I don't know if it's my analytical
some people
brain.
are like so good at it. I know I'm not that either.
Do
you use Finsta? Do you use that?
What is that? What is that?
I remember hearing about that.
I saw that comment, and I was like, I don't know what that is.
It was the thing where like you could, I might be wrong, but it seems to me that it was a way that you could have like your video from Instagram not have any like printed logo on it or whatever. I think that's what it's referring to, so that you could put it on this other Finsta or whatever, and then take that so that you could use it on TikTok and Facebook and all these other platforms, because otherwise if you move one from one to the other, like if you take a TikTok video and you put it on Instagram, it's going to say TikTok on it. You know what I mean? Like that. But I think that is one of the purposes of it, but I could be wrong. Because I'm wrong with it usually.
I've never heard of it. If I am going to create a reel, I will edit it in like CapCut or InShot. Those are like my go-to apps. Because you can edit, right? You can edit the video, and then you can put it in any of the platforms. So you're not limited. Lately, yeah, you don't get truncated into one app. So maybe using CapCut.
CapCut. Okay.
CapCut. Okay. It's actually free, so it's a really good editing app, and it has transitions and editing and all the things.
Very cool.
Lately, lately I've been doing reels straight from Instagram. So
I know it's so convenient. It's hard not to. But so what we're getting at is like when you do it in TikTok, it's going to say TikTok. If you do it in Instagram, it's going to say Instagram. But Gloryl's saying that you can actually create it in a different app, so it doesn't say any of that, and then you can put it, in all of those without any other trademark on it. So
actually, if you use the Instagram app, you can save it to your phone, and it won't save it unless you publish it. It will do the watermark. But if you film it in your Instagram app and you save it, you hit that arrow button, it'll save it to your phone without any watermarks. So that's something to think about, and then you can repost it wherever.
Any workaround that you want to figure out, just Google it. How do I get my, my reel to not have this on it or whatever? You'll find somebody will have something out there. And Courtney's asking about special effects, and somebody else had said that, I want to do something that has really cool, sound effects and visual effects and all this stuff. I get you. I mean, I go through that too, where I'll see other people that have like such cool stuff. And as soon as I think I kind of have a handle on it, I'll see somebody else that's just so much better than me. And I'm like, shoot, what do they use? And the thing is that there are scads and tons of different apps and software and techniques. I just watched a YouTube video today, and she listed 5 different apps that she uses to create one intro video. And I was like, holy cow, like that's a lot.
That's a lot of trouble.
It really depends. So what I would suggest is if you find a video style that you really like you think, I really like how this particular person, I like her style. I like the little, doodads and whatever. Find out what she uses, Right now I'm using iMovie. It's still new to me. I'm still pretty bad at it. I'm sure it does a lot more than I know.
Live.
Oh my gosh. It's something else. But
it's a learning curve. What we talked about, the power of YouTube, you can go ahead and they have an editing section, and oh my God, it was like, I was mentally blown, because I got to do a lot of things that I didn't know that I could do.
Yeah. So, but again, we're talking more about editing videos that you're going to put on YouTube or something like that. Live, you don't have to edit. So live, you don't have to worry about special effects. You don't have to worry about any of that stuff. So, it's really 2 different topics too. And it's a big one. So, you're not going to understand it all, and you learn as you go. And the biggest thing is just doing something. You got to start somewhere. And another thing that I would suggest is that your early live videos on Facebook, even though you might, they might cause you to shudder. If there's a way that you can record them, then you can double dip and you can actually start a YouTube channel, which you might not think that's a big deal, but somewhere down the road, you might want to do that because it is a possible stream of income. So what I do now is I use Streamyard to go live on Facebook. And so I go to streamyard.com, and anytime that I go live to Facebook, it also creates a recorded copy for me that I can keep and store forever. And then if I want to, I can post that on YouTube, and so could you. So the difference is that if I just go live on Facebook, it will ask me if I want to download it to my phone, which I never do because it takes up too much space. But it doesn't automatically, record it for you. You have to decide, do you want it to or not? And, it takes a while and blah, blah, blah. Plus the quality is not that great. Facebook basically makes the quality worse just because it's such a huge platform that they just don't have the, the capacity to have high resolution on everything. I don't really understand it. But anyway, double dip as much as you can. So as long as you're trying out this whole video thing, I would, get an actual copy of it as well. But anyway, so I think we need to kind of wrap things up. But what were you going to say?
That actually, you were talking about the double dipping, and that's basically what I do with my Facebook group. I will take that video and repurpose it for YouTube. I'll edit it. I'll edit some of the stuff out because it's live. So I'll edit and I'll do a clean quick up on iMovie, and then I'll send it over to YouTube, and then it's there. Awesome. So yeah, video is the way to go. For sure.
Perfect. All right. I'm going to wrap up with a few thoughts, and then, so Gloryl, you can be thinking what you want to say in a minute. Okay. I'll give you a few minutes to think. So here's what I have to say is that when I first started going live on Facebook, I did it in my private group, and I really understood that, not everybody was going to buy something. So I didn't always want it to be about buying something. I wanted to teach. And so I would show them maybe like all the different lipstick shades. Like I have a video, one of my very first ones was me trying on lipstick, wiping it off, putting on a different one, wiping it off, and just showing them all the different lipstick shades, because I thought, my people haven't seen all the different lipstick shades, and I bet they'd like to know what they look like. Super simple. And I sold, probably 5 lipsticks that week. Wasn't even expecting it, easy for me to do. They liked it. It wasn't a high pressure sale. Those were the kinds of things that I did, back then. My public business page reaches a broader audience. I used to only do Mary Kay demos and things like that, but I'm really understanding that you draw people in by offering value and really not asking for anything in return. So my videos there are going to be more like, what is skin cycling? What do you do on day 1 or night 1, night 2, night 3, night 4? Why do you use a jade roller on your face? What is the difference between retinol and retinol palmitate? I'm like answering questions or kind of putting something out there that maybe they're like, yeah, I always did wonder that. More like girl talk kind of stuff, not really necessarily asking for a sale. Why would I do that? Because I'm trying to build a community, a relationship. I want to have an opportunity for them to get to know me, like me, trust me, to want to be there, to want to have other people come there. And as they start to see me as a beauty resource, then when they need a recommendation, a product recommendation, they very likely could ask me. And as they finally put together that I sell this stuff, they could very, very likely want to purchase it from me. And so they typically will go from my business page to my private group. So where I'm taught, where I'm going live from often determines what I'm going to talk about. So I just thought I'd throw that out there. And YouTube was the last frontier for me. That really intimidated me even more than live, because I thought mean people were going to say, you are an idiot. Why are you doing this video? And really, people have got too much on their plate to worry about you. It's like, for the most part, people are on your side. They're rooting for you. If they're watching you, it's because they're interested in what you have to say. If they stop watching, it's usually because somebody's calling them or the dog's barking or something. It's not because they hate you. So you just, you learn to roll with it. And I just know it's easier than you think it is. It will make a difference. You will get better over time. And I just can't say enough good things about it. So now it's Gloryl's turn to talk. What do you want to say?
I totally completely agree with you, Michelle. Like, you just have to start. You just have to start little. Like you said, that's where I started too. I started in my Facebook group, my VIP people that I knew. And so you kind of get into that comfort level of putting your face out there, showing people what to do. In my group, I go live and I just talk about a topic. And if you want to reach out, or if you have, something else that's going on, or you need help with something else, my DMs are always open. And I always tell them in my live videos, like, you can reach out. I'm here if you have any questions. So giving them that opportunity of showing them how something works and how it looks on you kind of gives them that, it's kind of like into the doorway of promoting your business and actually attraction marketing. So you want them to reach out to you, because I'm not a pushy salesperson. And I don't like people to be in my face telling me buy this, because I'm not going to buy it.
Yep.
that you just gave me a reason not to buy it.
Crazy,
so
isn't
just
it? I know.
just the
Yep,
fact that you're teaching me what to do, and oh, maybe she has that thing that I need, or hey, you talked about blah blah blah. Do you have it available? And like, that's how you open the
when they
doors
come
for
to you,
other
it's a whole
things.
different thing. Yeah. Very cool.
So I agree with branding yourself, because the way you are basically, like, you're unique, and you are, you have a lot to offer, and you have that thing that sparks your enthusiasm. So it's going to come out authentic and natural. And so you're going to talk about it more. So you should find that piece that makes you happy, and then it'll attract those people to you. So
excellent.
just
Very
taking
good.
it takes a little bit of courage, but it's so much more once you cross that bridge. There's a bunch of opportunities. So
yes,
I'm cheering you on.
Yay. Thank you so much, Gloryl. You are so awesome.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh my gosh, it's our pleasure. And Gloryl knows so much about tech stuff. Like, this is like this much of what she knows. Like, she is purposely holding back because she doesn't want to overwhelm you. So maybe we'll, continue this in a week or two. But just do something. Okay. Decide what you're going to do it. You're going to have questions, and that's okay. You Google it, and then you figure it out, and you do it again. And then you have another question, and you Google that, and you figure it out, and you do it again. And you will get better. Okay. It is figure outable. And I think that we will probably have to come back for part 2 of this series at some point. So anyway, but we got to go. We don't want to be on any longer than an hour. So thanks everybody so much. If there's any questions we missed, we'll come back and answer them. If you're watching the replay, give us a hashtag replay, and we will answer your questions as well. Gloryl's going to put some information, or we'll come back and put all the information for the links of the products, and we will do our best to keep up with questions and all that good stuff. If you are watching on YouTube, make sure that you like the video, share it with a friend, and subscribe to my channel. And go to Gloryl's channel as well. What is the name of your channel, Gloryl?
It's Gloryl Feliciano. So I can send you the link.
Okay, perfect. We'll have that in here too. Pardon?
Yeah. I think you have it too. So it'll be in the description.
Awesome. All right. Okay. Thanks very much, everybody. And I guess that's a wrap. So we'll see you next time. All right. Bye.
Bye.